You're at Gangrene UK, and we're back for episode 23. And it's a post-game review straight after the game because we like it better. And guys, we've just won. What the hell? Wow, you all look so excited there. I feel like everybody's in disbelief.
There's quite a bit of shock, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can say shock because I think last week we all thought we had a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, was that just blind optimism or what? So, right, initial guys, right, just a quick summary. How are we feeling after that game?
10 out of 10, mate, to be honest. can't believe it, man. Just a complete turnaround from the first three games. The offense was on fire. Everything seemed to be clicking. The defense was hungry all day. It's just a great day, and I think it's a true turning point in Jets history, man.
Nice. Kane, how are you?
Considering last time we hardly had anything good to say, this time we got too much good things to say. Everyone just played amazing.
Yeah. What about you, Otis in the top?
Yeah, very, very pleased. Just feel like I need to go to the doctors now and be like, I think my heart needs checking out.
Well, I've sent my boss an email saying I'm not going in tomorrow. I work for myself, but I accepted the email. I took it on the chin. Yeah, it's one of them guys. Like we all said, pre-season, if we were coming into London 1-3, we would be okay with that. We would have liked 2-2 or 3-2, or obviously better. But we all said with one win, we would still be happy. Well, we got that win, and I think obviously, James, you covered that there. We worked for it today all round. I think everybody give 110. I know on the game thread tonight, a lot of people mentioned heart. God, there was some of that going around today.
Yeah, they played for each other today, didn't they? It's the first time this season that they've really all seemed to have been playing for each other. Don't know if it was just a few injured players coming back that's helped that, or getting shut out last week and the offense going, look, that can't happen again. That's not acceptable. But it seemed like there was something different this week, wasn't there?
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, that first quarter, I was looking on eBay to buy Corey Davis some super glue for his hands. I mean, I even put in the chat, like, he looked like a liability. The ball was coming in, and we've said this the last 3 weeks. It was near his hands, but if he wasn't going to catch it, knock it down. And he was fumbling it up, and you're like, God, I was going pale watching. But I think once they kind of got their stride, it was pretty good. Obviously, when you play Tennessee, you know they're going to have the majority of the ball. You know they're going to try and wear you down. But I think we kind of really have to talk about the fact that Henry was pretty much controlled.
Until
when, sorry?
Until the fourth, when he got loose a bit. But
yeah, but even then, we've been saying it all along. We can give up yards if we stop them scoring.
Yeah,
he didn't have the game-breaking runs that he quite often gets. So that was the most important bit, was that even when he broke the D-line, a linebacker was there to put a good hit on him. And even the corners, I was quite impressed today that his stiff arm didn't get involved. At no point did any of the corners go in for a half-ass tackle on him. They all committed. They hit him hard. And that's huge when you're a little sort of 200-pound corner hitting Derrick Henry. It's full commitment or no commitment almost.
Well, I don't know the last time that he had 4.8 yards average on carries. What were you going to say there, Kane? Sorry.
I was saying that hit from Quincy Williams on him, that blew him up.
Yeah, Quincy flew around all day, didn't he? He was brilliant.
Yeah, it was a game changer.
Yeah.
To hold them to 9 that whole first half after all the yards they get, I think that was great as well.
Yeah, I think the defense. I mean, we could go on for 2 hours just talking about how good they were. Offensively, what we thinking? Anybody stand out?
I quite like Carter today, to be fair. And he didn't have the most yards, but he ran hard, man, and to get him for that touchdown, didn't go down. I really liked it today.
Yeah,
Jameson Crowder as well.
Yeah, that's the one for me. That was exactly that, James. I think the influence of Crowder coming back was massive. Comfort blanket, easy guy to hit, knew he was going to be where he was going to be. And also, I think it took the double team away from the likes of Davis and Cole. All of a sudden, Davis wasn't double teamed every play, and he could run his routes and he could get open. The only knock on Wilson today really was the one interception. Well, that one interception wouldn't have happened if Davis doesn't slip, because it's a timing throw. It was to hit Davis in stride. It's one of those, I guess, on that. And he only missed one really glaringly obvious throw as well today, I think, which was the out on 3rd and 10 to Davis that he should hit. But
yeah, I agree.
Sorry. When I say Crowder was calling out stuff at the line of scrimmage as well, you could see him.
Yeah, telling him what was happening with corners, wasn't he? Telling them if they were off and whether they were playing soft.
Yep.
Yeah, the veteran presence was very evident, I think. Yeah. And I think you can see it in the numbers as well. When Corey Davis is pulling a double team, Crowder's always open. So Crowder got 7 receptions for 61, but Davis got 4 for 111.
Yeah.
Both of them scored. Davis's average is 27.6 yards on a catch.
Yeah.
Which, we haven't even had a return man getting numbers like that, let alone a wide receiver. Up till about 2 weeks ago, we didn't even know what a wide receiver was.
Mm-hmm.
Coleman was better tonight, I thought.
Yeah, he was impact players, yeah.
I think the whole line was better tonight. I think that's the big takeaway from tonight. Wasn't just necessarily the run game was better or the passing game was better. I think the guys in the trenches actually had a good game, and it showed. All of a sudden Carter was running a bit better, and all of a sudden Coleman was getting the yards. They weren't getting hit behind the line of scrimmage. They were getting a yard or two and then getting hit and having to break people. And the same with Zach. Apart from sort of 2 or 3 plays, I think he had a lot of time to throw really in comparison to what he has been having. And that showed on the botched snap. That ball can roll across the floor to his feet, and he just went, "Yep, I'll pick that up. I'm going to be safe." There's a few weeks ago where he wouldn't have been thinking, "I'm going to pick that up." He'd have been thinking, "I'm just going to lie on top of that and make sure that we don't lose the ball."
He's making smart plays all game as well, just throwing the short passes and good.
Yeah, I think today was one of those days where we kind of got everybody on the same page for once. Yeah. And we went in there with a plan. When it wasn't slightly working, we altered it. I thought the 4th quarter game management, considering the way we were getting a little bit gassed, I thought it was excellent. I thought we could have had it tied up and put to bed completely.
Yeah.
Wasn't meant to be. It causes a little bit more stress. But we're moving forward on a positive into London.
Yeah.
The guys get a rest day tomorrow. Then they're in training in New York Tuesday, and they're either flying out late Wednesday to arrive early Thursday or flying Thursday morning. They're not telling anybody what airport they're coming to, and they're going to be in complete lockdown for training. So the only hype they're going to get is if they're online, and you would like to think that most of them, they'll do a little bit, but the rest of it now is going to be on this trip. The Falcons had a good game tonight.
Yeah.
But I don't think we can take away how massive today was. Mosley, Williams, Carter. It sounds like we've just got a stutter, but I think today we saw what we could be doing for the rest of the season.
Yeah. And I think the interior DTs themselves, Quinnen and Sheldon Rankins, were awesome. The play that Quinnen got his 2nd sack on, it goes down as Quinnen's sack. It wasn't, it was Rankin's sack. Rankins puts the guard in his lap and Tannehill has to go forwards, and Q's just sat there waiting for him, just going, yeah, okay, I'll sack him. That's fine. The pair of them together were fantastic, and we'll need that against the Falcons in London. Matty Ice had a good game today, but if you put his guards on his lap and all of a sudden hit him into the turf, Matt won't do that well next week.
JFM as well. They had a good.
Franklin Myers looks like a beast.
Yeah, Myers, Huff, and Lawson next year. We don't need an edge rush.
With who we draft as well, like add into that maybe.
Yeah, they'll draft a young presence, won't they? I would have thought, but only as a developmental guy. I would think if you go 3rd or 4th round, and just make sure you're bringing someone through all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, but then it gets you kind of excited to be sitting in. I think after tonight it'll probably be pick 3 or 4. I mean, Kayvon Tribalou or whatever you call him, he's still going to be there. But then that haul that you can get, and you've got to think, we don't need a QB because we got one and he's just fine. And if the edge keeps playing like this, we're pretty okay there. So we could drop back 3 or 4 spots, clean up another haul, and just keep building.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what comes out after today because there was some knocks.
Yeah.
I thought Davis, when he played, Ashton Davis, 3 tackles. I mean, he was on the field. He made tackles. He hasn't been on there since December.
He looked quick as well. He looked like he was flying around again.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he was that fast. You could knock a bit off him and he's still fast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, overall, I'm still kind of like, nah, what's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to man all the socials during the game. I'm never doing that again. Ever. I mean, I think it was 400 messages on the game thread, and then Twitter was going off, and then even Instagram was coming through. Then I was getting messages on WhatsApp. I'm like, what is going on here?
The group's going in the right direction, isn't it, for hype and everyone in the group's getting involved with the games now. And I think the analysis after the games is nice as well as a nice sort of wrap up on everything the guys have said in the chats and in the groups.
Yeah, to be fair, this helps me sleep because if I went to bed now without talking about it, I'd be too excited and then it throws me off for the rest of the week, and I can't afford that because, I mean, I got stuff to do this week, guys. Yeah, it's I mean, we've got pin badges coming. Got to write all the envelopes out. Do you know how many envelopes we've got to write? We got t-shirts to sort tomorrow. Yeah, everything's just going unbelievable. Obviously, it's a massive shout out to the group, even the negative Nellies that are in it. We need you just to keep us level. But we told you so.
Deserve to lose that.
As you can tell, I'm feeling really grown up. I mean, you're in my WhatsApp group. You see the stick I get for being a Jets fan. They all try and have a dig at me. But yeah. Right, guys. As we go into next week, what we predicting? Because we're off a win. We're all running on endorphins. We all thought we were going to win anyway. So what we say?
2-0 in London.
24-10. Sack Brian 20 times.
Yes, those endorphins.
Yeah.
Better than drugs. What are you saying?
Who needs them, mate? When you got the Jets.
What are you thinking, Kane, for next week?
28-21.
Nice. Do you want to put a score on notice?
34-24.
Yeah, I'm going to go 34-42-ish.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that there's just going to be balls to be had.
Just slinging it everywhere.
Yeah, we need to get it loud. Any Falcons third down, we need to drown them. I'm going to share a link on the group in a second as well. Green flags, Union Jack flags, 3 tones of green, obviously not branded. £3.50 2-day delivery.
That's pretty good.
3 foot by 5 foot. So they are the Cape ones.
Okay.
So I'll share that on the group in a second.
Who would you say your player of the game is?
Oh,
This game.
Yeah.
Zach for me.
Zach / Crowder.
Go on.
oh, right. I think I've got to say Quincy Williams.
That's mine as well.
Those stops, if those stops don't happen, that win doesn't happen.
Yeah.
To be fair, I would probably give it to Jeff Ulbrich for his complete defensive play calling because that was class. But yeah.
Quincy and Hall, Bryce Hall.
Oh yeah, Huff.
All was good.
I mean, who now is called the Big Bad Wolf, by the way. Because he'll huff and blow your house down.
I like that.
Huff was definitely good. I'll tell you who else played well, and it's the first time I think we've seen him, unless I've missed him in other games, was Dunn from Oregon.
Yeah. He made that play, didn't he?
Yeah, he made a couple of nice plays down the sideline. He looks like he's got a decent sized body and decent speed as well, so he's going to be an interesting corner to watch sort of coming through.
Yeah, I think we do have to keep an eye on the flags. There was a couple of unnecessary ones. There was a couple that the other way around, they weren't called.
No.
But we expect that with the Titans because the Titans are the new Patriots.
I think 2 of the flags were by Nathan Shepherd.
Yeah.
The one was really rough on Shepherd though. The offside on the overlay is never quite right on the TV, to be fair, but the overlay on the Game Pass definitely said zeros on the clock, and then he jumped, and I think he jumped thinking that they've got to snap the ball, and it just sort of caught him out. I think the refs possibly were a bit slow on throwing the flag there, but you do occasionally get that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we notice it more than others. But no, obviously, great win, guys. Looking forward to London. We'll have some beers. We'll see you all on Friday, 2:00, London Bridge. Watch out for the notifications at Barrowboy and Banker. And we'll have a bit of a party. Saturday morning for Nick Mangold. Saturday evening, Barrowboy and Banker. Jets Hangout. Then Sunday, I'm going for breakfast. Then I'm going to the stadium. We'll see everybody there.
Yeah.
Right, guys. So thanks for joining us. We will do another one next week. It might be a little bit later because obviously we're all in London. Or if we're all together after the game and we've won, we might do a quick one.
Big lies.
So yeah, we'll speak to you all soon. See you later.